Sega. You know him, I know him. Now regardless of your opinion of the boneheads working over there, one thing you gotta give them credit for is encouraging their fans to make whatever Sonic themed content they want. And I mean, whatever they want. And with that, we have a whole heaping pile of fan games now. But I've always had a bit of a problem with Sonic fan games because they either look sloppy, rushed, unfinished, or it was only the test room. Yet because the idea simply looks cool, you have Sonic channels and fans praising these things to high end, regardless how lame and boring the game might actually be. Like, look at this! Best Sonic game ever? What the f- Well, whatever. I have played a crap ton of fan games, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them were a poop stain on my brain. But there was one fan game where I can truly say is worth your time, and that game is Sonic GT. This has got to be one of the best fan games out there that gets momentum done right. The amount of work and effort put into this fan game to make it as good as it is right now is insane. I have spent so much of my free time playing and mastering this game, and it's crazy because I remember seeing this game a while ago and I wrote it off as another lame Sonic fan game. The levels looked bland, the UI was boring, Sonic looked stiff, and I didn't think much of it. Fast forward 1 year later and this game looks like some well-crafted spaghetti.
And damn, it tastes so fucking good.
Sonic's moves are now faster, he controls like butter, the game now has boss fights, momentum is on fire, there are different characters with different properties, oh that's amazing. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's take it slow and talk about the story. Yes, there is an actual story in this game. So the story. So basically, Eggman captures Ray and you have to save him. What, you thought there was gonna be more? There's voice acting.
I love to go fast, but sometimes it's great to not move at all.
Yeah, there's voice acting. Now, let's get on to the real meat and potatoes, the gameplay. And like I said before, this game's core focus is on momentum. Hitting enemies, running on walls, rolling down hills, all so that you can maintain your speed as much as possible. And we wouldn't be able to do these things without the help of Sonic's crispy moveset. Now, what I like about Sonic's moves in this game is how everything just melts together to make an amazing shrimp alfredo pasta. And no, I'm not going to stop with the food references. Sonic can homing attack, roll, light speed dash, bounce, stomp, wall run, drop dash, and a new addition, the trick. The trick. The trick system. Ah, Jesus. Alright, even though these sound like pretty standard moves, it's their properties that make them shine. Let's get a bit more in depth. So, the homing attack. It's basically what you would expect. You press the action button and home in on your target. But if you hold down the action button, it will send you flying forward, maintaining that bit of speed you had when you hit them. I like this. One option is good for platforming, while the other is used for speed. But let's be real here, if you're a real Chad, you're never gonna stop for platforming peasantry. Then we have the roll. It's once again as you would expect. When you roll down hills or any slopes, you gain more speed. But if you try to roll on flat surfaces, you'll lose some of that speed too. So if you're at max speed, it's better just to keep running. You can also spin dash, which is pretty much instant, 3 clicks and you blast away. The drop dash is a very nice inclusion, and I love the way it's handled in 3D. You can pretty much drop dash at any height, but the higher you are, the stronger your initial burst of speed will be. And you're most likely going to be spamming this thing a lot to get back into the high speed action. But be mindful, if you're at max speed and you keep spamming this thing, you will lose a lot of speed. So if you want to be as fast as possible, try to save your drop dashes for bigger heights. Now we have wall running and wall jumping. As the name implies, when you're running at a certain speed and jump towards a wall, you'll run alongside it. But if you aren't running fast enough, you'll just latch onto the wall, and you can do a wall jump from there. But keep in mind, while running on walls, you will gradually lose speed, so try to keep your wall run short. My only problem with the wall run is that there was never really a point where I really needed to use it, and this applies with the other moves too. But if you're creative enough, you can use it to make little shortcuts for yourself, saving you loads of time. Now we have Sonic Stomp. Now the cool thing about this move is that it sends you down at max speed. Well, if you do a stomp near a slope, then roll right after, you'll maintain about half that max speed. This also works for rails as well, but a bit harder to land. Honestly, this made me see slopes in a different light now. Now we have the trick. Would you please cut that out? Jesus.
Well, I guess we'll just have to tear it down.
Wait, what?
Race to win!
Yes, the trick system. I love the hell out of this system. Not only are the tricks homages to previous Sonic games, they actually give you a boost in height too. Think of this kind of like a double jump, and there's two ways of using it. When you activate it near the beginning of your jump will be higher. This is good for getting as much height as possible and getting to those hard to reach areas. Now, when you activate it late in your jump, you get to stay in the air longer, really good for making those long gaps and extend airtime. Now, there is a reason I'm going so in depth to all these moves, and I'll get to that later. But right now, Sonic's moves in this game are like some freshly made pancakes, so smooth and soft, and nothing better to top off those pancakes with some amazing level design. And god damn, Greedy, I don't know how you managed to pull this off, but these levels are like melted butter to my pancakes. Sonic GT has 4 tasty levels, something that I think should be ordered at your local IHOP. And I have never had so much fun running through just a singular level. Each stage has a way of testing the player's skill, and their use of the mechanics so that they can maintain that speed and beat the stage as quickly as possible. This game offers 2 original levels, that being Ocean Paradise and Sunset Boulevard, while the others being inspired by Hilltop and Hidden Base. And hey, don't let those already established levels fool you. Just because they are from old Sonic levels, they still feel fresh with how they are designed, with the giant hills and slopes of Hilltop Zone to the dark and loop-filled tunnels of Hidden Base. And I actually like how it's dark and Hidden Base now. The name actually makes sense. And the original levels, they are just fantastic. I especially love Sunset Boulevard because it feels like Studiopolis but in 3D. Okay, yeah, there might be only 4 levels, but even though that sounds like a bit too little, you would be surprised how huge these levels are. And I don't just mean one big linear path, I'm talking about all these optional and branching pathways each level has. I was doing some testing and I found out that you can actually beat each level about 5 different ways, 13 if you want to include the mixing pathways. And I love this because it allows for a lot of experimentation and replayability. And can I just say, the music for Sunset Boulevard and Hilltop Zone, god damn, just listen to this. Now, this game also has boss fights. They are at the end of each level, apart from the first one, and I will say they aren't half bad. I do like how each boss is never the same and offer different kinds of difficulty. The first boss you'll fight is a mole rat on a track, and to beat it you have to gain enough speed to attack it. It sometimes throws bombs your way, but you're most likely never gonna get hit by him. Oh shit. Boss isn't too hard, but it can be a bit long I guess, but if you're skilled enough you can spam the homing attack and finish it off fast. Now the second boss is the Egg Bird? They don't really have names, so I'm just calling them whatever. This boss isn't too hard. Well, he's a bit slightly unfair, but once you learn the boss, he becomes cake. Now, you know what would make this breakfast even better? Some nicely cooked scrambled eggs, and that's the replayability in this game. Once you finish the story, you're most likely going to go to the challenges. There are 4 challenges for each map, and they're all the same across each. The challenges are beat Tails or Eggman in a race, reach a high combo, beat the level backwards, then we have hard mode, which is basically do the level without any rings. And like I said before, you do these same challenges for each level. And even though it may sound repetitive, somehow I really didn't get bored of doing them, because each level is so unique. and it made for a refreshing experience each time I did a challenge. And during these challenges, you can also find collectibles, and once you find every single item, you can unlock new characters. Yes, you heard me. The final topping to this masterful breakfast is a nice serving of new character syrup. Yeah, you can play as 7 different characters: Sonic, Shadow, Metal Sonic, Classic Sonic, Ray, Mighty, and Super Sonic. And they all have different properties that make them unique, so playing as these characters makes you take on levels in different ways. With Classic Sonic, you lose the ability to do tricks, wall runs, bounces, but your jump and overall speed is faster. With Ray, you can obviously fly, but you have to utilize your height and gliding abilities to see his true potential. Mighty's drop dash lands significantly faster, and the higher you are, the faster you'll blast off. Metal Sonic is able to boost, but you gotta have rings, and I mean a lot, because you burn through rings faster than I did your mom. Oh shit, funny. Whew. But jokes aside, I actually love the way they handle the boost in this game, because it's so limited. This makes the boost a reward for being able to manage your ring count while also moving really fast. And rings are actually kinda scarce in this game, so high risk, high reward. And then there's Super Sonic, which is basically just Sonic on Giga Drugs. And now we have Shadow. Ooh, yeah, you see that syrup? It's a bit stale now. Unfortunately, Shadow is the least fun character to play, at least for me. He has a faster homing attack and can use Chaos Control, where you stop time and homing attack your enemy. And this sounds cool, but in gameplay you realize how stopping time kinda sucks, because you're now stopping in place and slightly wasting time. And I asked the creator about this, and they too realized how underdeveloped Shadow was. And they couldn't really rework his character because they didn't have enough time. Which actually sucks, because come on, who doesn't love Edgy the Hedgy? But I will say Shadow is one of the hardest characters to master, which gives me a lot of respect for Shadow players. So yeah, 7 different characters, 7 different playstyles, and 7 different masteries. If that doesn't scream replayability, I don't know what does. Now, time for the real reason I've been going so much in depth in this game. It's because I'm a speedrunner, and I hold 2 of the world records. What? No! Speedrunning is cool, and that means I'm cool. Right? I'm cool, right? Yeah. Oh man. Yes, you heard that right. I love this game so much that I actually spent 18 hours speedrunning this game. And I have never had so much fun doing so. Going through all the optional routes and seeing which one was the fastest and testing the limits and boundaries of the game, it was an honest blast. You wanna know the real reason Golden Light took 2 months? I was speedrunning this game. Yeah, I know, but come on, hear me out. This game requires so much frame-perfect action and skill to get the highest speed possible. I couldn't pass that up. Someone's gotta flex their skill, like come on, right? Hey, come on guys. Okay, come on, really. If you ask anyone in the GT Discord about my fingers during speedrunning, they'll tell you they can still hear the cracking of my hands today. Just take a look at one of my speedruns for this game. You know how long that took me to do that? 1 hour and 21 minutes. And even though I may have arthritis, I still loved every moment of it, because the game is just that fun. It made me want to learn all the mechanics and techs. I really wish I could emphasize how fun it is to play this fan game. I know you may hear this a lot, but I legit forgot this was a fan game with how good it is. But obviously no game is perfect, there are some bugs and glitches. I'm looking at you, Hilltop. But there is so much more than what the non-commentary Sonic channels show. You might as well call this review a guide, because I honestly encourage everyone to play this game. And if you're feeling extra crispy, try to beat one of the world records. The speedrunners are so supportive, and we get fired up every time a new record is broken. This fan game just screams love, care, and passion, and a true understanding of momentum. Now, I really hope you see why you should play Sonic GT.